don't hear it. Right? And so, he continuously comes back and sees, so he says, our perception of the world is shaped and filtered by all kinds of processes about which, to the point of James's research at his time, very little was known or expected. And if we're going to understand how we think, which is to say, understand how we interact with the world, we need to understand this. We need to experiment with this to try and figure this out. One last example here. One of my favorite ones. I love this one. So, the magic teacup. What I want you to do is look at the teacup, cover one eye. Everybody see it? And move your head back and forth. Does the teacup seem to move? No, I mean, we know it's not moving, right? Why doesn't the teacup move? Notice we're moving our heads. Why doesn't our body interpret the teacup as moving and us being stationary? Now do this. Cover one eye. And gently, please. I don't want to be soothing. At the back of your eye, just push on a little bit. Whoa! I see the teapot is underway. Teacup's underway, isn't it? Right. So, here's what you've done. You've altered the visual angle of your eye to the cup. Now, the brain has to interpret this as either the cup is moving or I'm moving. Those are its choices. If you move your head like this, it turns out, this is the solution, it turns out, you have little muscles around your eye that hold your eye in place. And the brain takes readings from that all the time. So if those muscles move and your eye stays stationary, it goes, oh, it's my head that's moving, the object is stationary. But if you move the eye without moving the muscles, which happens when you push on it, the brain says, holy crap, that teacup's on the march. Right? So, right, that's just one of literally thousands and thousands of processes that are going on in our body all the time about which we really pay little attention, but shape our experience of the world. And so we're in this stream of physiological sensation, memory, emotion, intellect, reason, and it's just washing over us. And from that stream, certain things bubble up. Sometimes we know why, sometimes we have no idea why. Everybody's felt this, right? You're walking down the street and you go, I'm pissed off. I don't know why I'm pissed off. Or you get up in the morning and you go, God, I'm sad. Why? Of all of this, why am I sad? Right? It's part of this, it's just so many mechanisms at work. And so he says, this has a surprisingly large amount of implication for philosophy. He says, one, the notion that we have any direct experience of the world is clearly wrong. Clearly, totally, 100% wrong-headed. Because we really don't have we have our experience of the world. But that the notion that our experience of the world corresponds to any kind of reality with a capital R is just more or less silly. It just can't possibly be. When even the most basic thing like sound comes and goes. When train tracks join in the distance. We know that's not true, but that's how we perceive it. How many of our other perceptions are more or less misleading us in the sense of absolute truth, capital T, idealist truth? He argues so much that you may as well just forget about that. And if you read the principles of psychology, it's a miracle we can cross a room. I mean, really, because you're like, how do we do that? Really, it is astounding what's actually happening, as opposed to what we imagine, we think must be happening. It turns out, no, it's all wrong. It's I wish we could just talk about it all night. So he says, anyways.
Back before you can sing, Jack Robinson. Jack Robinson, get up back. How about a jiffy? A jiffy. Or a flash? Which is quicker? A jiffy or a flash? I think there are 2 flashes in a jiffy myself. But God knows how many jiffies there are in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And why did they use 2 shakes of a lamb's tail? What's wrong with the basic unit of measurement? 1 shake of a lamb's tail. We can do our own arithmetic, thank you. soon. Soon. That's a very emotional word. There's a lot of potential for drama in that word. Soon. 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 Is your mother coming home? Uh-huh. When? Soon? Real soon. As soon as she can. Sooner than you think. That's kind of a spooky one. Sooner than I think. That's a little bit like before you know it. I'll be back before you know it. He did it. Holy Christ. Look at that. And we go on with these terms that we use, these vague terms of time. One of these days, before long, any time now. Well, that's true. Everything's going to happen any time now. Any day now. That's kind of a snotty one. Any day now. Hey, I'll be giving you that $5 I owe you, Bill. Yeah. Any day now. Sooner or later, now and then, once in a while, from time to time. In a little while. In a little while. Well, it'll just be a little while. That's a wonderful one. I just love that. It sounds so benign. Just a little while. Couldn't hurt you, could it? You can wait a little while. It'll only be a little while longer. Just a little while. That's so different from a short time. Short time. Sounds almost terminal, doesn't it? You only have a short time. Whereas you have a little while. Oh, I'd rather have a little while than a short time. Yeah, we got long ways we measure time. We got vast distances of time we measure. People will say things like, kingdom come. I'm going to be standing here till kingdom come. Shit, I don't have that on my watch. Doomsday, you say? Doomsday. Till the cows come home. Well, that's an easy one to understand. That's long about dusk, isn't it? If you leave them out overnight, they burst. Here's a long period of time, forever. Some people will tell you, gosh, I've been standing on this line forever. Look at this, Dave. This man has been standing on line forever. He looks fairly fresh to me. Almost like an eternity, people will tell you. It's almost...
Light and love, think on that.